Hi guys, my name is Casey. I'm from Sydney Yoga Collective, and today I'm going to take you through a 30-minute yoga set which is specifically made for teenagers with a lot of energy, just to get that energy out. Coming to a nice comfortable seated position, close down your eyes, take a big deep breath in, open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more. And out. And I want you just to notice how the body feels. Notice how everything's feeling today. And I want you to take particular notice of your sit bones, the bones in the bum. We're gently going to rock from side to side. You can keep the eyes closed while you do this, and I want you to find that balance between left and right sit bone so that we feel each one planting onto the floor as we rock from side to side. And then just come back to a point that feels like it's in the center. Lengthen through the spine. Bring awareness to your shoulders. We want to have shoulders directly over the hips. Have a little rock back and forth. See if you can notice where the shoulders are. And depending on what you're doing all day, we tend to sit leaning a little bit forward. Worse, if we have a computer, we tend to hunch over. If we have devices in our hands, we can end up looking down. So I want you to find that spot that feels like shoulders are over hips. Lengthen through the spine, sit up nice and tall. I want you to place your hands on your shoulders. We're going to roll them backwards. You can do this a couple of times. And then roll them forwards. Notice how it feels in the shoulder to do this. Good. Lengthen through that spine again. Bring your hands down onto your knees. Bring awareness to the head. We're going to drop the head all the way back, stretch through the front of the throat, open up the mouth. And then drop it all the way forward, stretching through the back of the neck. Feel that lengthening through the neck. From here, 3 big circles each way. Can go slow if you want to. And then go the other direction. Notice how it feels. Sitting up nice and tall, feeling that stretch through the neck. And then bring the head back to the center, wherever that is. Now imagine that you've got a rope coming out of the crown of the head, and if you lift it up, you're lengthening up even taller. You're sitting up the tallest you've been today. Feel that lengthening through the spine, shoulders are over the hips. Hold it here, 3 conscious breaths. Big deep breath in. And out. 2 more. In, out. Good. Notice how it feels. Keep in that position. And then let it go. Your shoulders a little shake out. We're going to come onto all fours. We're going to move into a cat-cow position. So when we do this, we're going to have our knees directly under the hips and our hands are directly under the shoulders. So when we move through these poses, I want you to really focus on the body and focus on your alignment. So hands directly under the shoulders. So if we have a straight line coming from our shoulder head down to our wrist, fingers spread nice and wide. So spread the fingers nice and wide, middle finger pointing forwards. Knees are hip width distance apart. They can be a little bit wider if you need them to be. Tops of the feet are pressing into the mat. I want you to see if you can spread all of your toes to touch the mat. Good, we're going to hold it here, lifting up out of the shoulders. So we're not dumping down the shoulders, we're nice and strong through the arms. Keep that lift. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, open across the collarbones. Exhale, reverse, curve the spine, drop the head. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reverse. Keep the arms nice and strong. Inhale, up. Exhale, reverse. Keep going. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Up. Down. 2 more. Up. And down. Good. Last one. And then just return to your neutral spine. We're going to bring the feet together, coming back onto the knees, drop the tailbone towards the heels, extending your arms out in front for a child's pose. Extending the arms, hands, keep them at shoulder width distance apart. Keep the fingers spread nice and wide. Keep the elbows off the mat. Let the head drop to the floor if it's available. If it doesn't reach the floor, it's okay. And keeping those hands, keep the elbows lifted. I want you to press the mat away with the hands so that you feel this stretch going all the way down your arms, all the way to the tailbone. Feel that lengthening through the spine. Let the hips be heavy. Hold it here for a couple more breaths. And then slowly on your inhale, we're going to walk the hands over to the left-hand side. So in this position, hands are going to the left. Your right hand is going to be a little bit further forward than your left one. So keep that reaching with the right arm. You're going to feel this down the right side of the body. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale over to the right-hand side. And this time the left hand is going to be a little bit further forward than the right. Good. Inhale, back to center. Stay in your child's pose. Stay here just for a couple of breaths. Keep the elbows lifted, and then on your inhale, we're going to come up. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Come up through the knees. We're going to tuck the toes under, and then I want you to lift your hips nice and high. Lift up through the hips. We're in a downward facing dog. Gently walking out the dog. So lifting one heel and the other heel, like you're walking on the spot. That's it. Should feel pretty good through the backs of the legs, especially if you're doing a lot of sitting lately. I mean, honestly, who isn't? Good. Feel that through the backs of the legs. And then be still with the feet. I want you to play with lifting your heels up so you're on your tippy toes and then dropping them back down as far as they go. They don't have to touch the floor. Inhale, lift up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Hold it here. And I want you to look at your hands. So your hands are shoulder width distance apart. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Now look at your feet. The distance between your feet and your hands should be one of your legs. So have a think about what that looks like. Good. And on your inhale, we're going to hinge forward into a plank. Now if you've got the distance right, you shouldn't need to adjust your body. So inhale forward into your plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. When you're coming forward into your plank, keep going. I want you to keep the bum in this straight line. So we don't want to come forward and have a saggy bum where it dips down. This is much harder. Nor do we want it poking up into the air in this weird half downward facing dog. We want to keep our body in this nice strong line. Keep moving. It's an inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Couple more. Good. One movement per breath. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last one. Inhale forward. We're going to hold in our plank here. Lift up out of the shoulders, out of the arms, strong body. Keep the belly tucked. That's it. Nice and strong. Holding it for 3, for 2, for 1. Push back. Downward facing dog. Woo. Good. And then from here on your next inhale, we're going to walk our hands back to meet our feet. We're going to meet in a ragdoll position. So taking this forward fold here, we're going to bend the knees as much as we need to. And we're going to let the upper body hang. So we want to have our chest and belly on our knees. Knees can be bent, feet can be a little bit wider. We're going to hold onto the elbows. Let the body hang. Let the head be heavy. Give your neck a little shake out. Give it a nod. Give it a no from side to side. Let the arms go. We'll gently try and lift up a little bit higher through the hips, which means straightening out the legs a little bit. Again, lots of sitting that might feel a little bit tight, and that's okay. Let the head be heavy though. Good, you can have a little shift of weight from side to side. You can turn the upper body from side to side like an elephant trunk. Think of it swaying. That's it, stay in this pose. Good. And we're going to bring our hands onto the floor in front of us. Bend the knees as much as you need to. We're going to heel toe the feet out a little bit wider than hip width distance. Bend the knees, place the hands on the mat. We're going to come down into a Malasana squat. Yogic squat. Good. Feet, we want them to be flat on the floor. So keep your feet flat, hands together. You're going to breathe nice and slow here. Now, if this is particularly torturous for you, if this is not causing you a lot of happy thoughts right now, it's probably because we've got tight hip flexors from too much sitting. So this is going to be really good to help open up through the groin, the pelvis area, and release some of that tension. So place the hands together. Elbows are gently pressing to the insides of my thighs, and we're gently going to press the hands as we press against the thighs. Everyone smile. It's not that bad. Close your eyes if it's too much. If this is really too much and you can't get your feet flat and your bum's up in the air, you can take a block, got one handy, or a pillow or a cushion or something to sit on, and just place it underneath the pelvis just to relieve some of that pressure. Otherwise, stay with me. This is one of my favorite poses to do. And I always say that we should stay in this pose for at least 2 minutes a day, just to open everything up. Stay with it. Keep breathing. Good. And then on your inhale, we're going to drop the right hand to the floor. We're gently going to press on that inside of the right thigh, and we're going to take the left arm up to the sky. Inhale to twist and open. Take your gaze up to that left hand. Good. Exhale, bring it back down. Left hand to the ground, right arm to the sky. Inhale to reach. Reach, stretch, open up the body. Exhale, bring it back down. Good, bring your hands back together. Stay in this pose. Breathe through it. You've got this. You're doing it. 2 more breaths. Good, and then to come out of it, we're going to place both hands on the floor in front of us. We're going to lift the hips back up high. We're going to stay in this forward fold. We're going to heel toe our feet back to hip width distance apart. Stay in this bent over position. And slowly on your inhale, we're going to come up to a standing pose. Nice and slow. Keep the spine curved. Let the head be heavy. Arms and shoulders heavy. And slowly and gently coming all the way up to a standing pose. As you come to the top, roll the shoulders back. Roll the head back. Give your body a little shake out. We're coming into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. So in this pose, we want to be strong like a mountain. It's our neutral standing position. Feet are hip width distance apart. Big toe and second toe are pointing forwards. You can have a slight bend in the knees if you need to. We're going to close the eyes. Place your hands on your hips. or keep them down by your side, whichever feels better, but close the eyes. And we're gently going to shift the weight from left to right foot. Feel that weight in each foot, in each toe, in each heel. And then find a spot that feels like it's even between left and right. Be still. Shifting the weight from front to back now. That's it. And again, you're noticing how it feels in each foot, in each part of the foot. Good. And come to a stillness. Find the spot that feels like you're even between both left and right, front and back. We're going to ground down through the feet. I want you to feel firm with the feet. We're going to test this by lifting the toes off the mat. So float the toes off the mat just for a second. Pop them back down. Have a slight bend in the knees if you need to. We'll engage through the thighs, get them working, get them active. Engage through the pelvic floor and the pelvis. We want to keep it in this neutral position. So our bum's not sticking out and we're also not tucking the pelvis forward. We've got this neutral pelvic position. Arms down by the side. You can have your palms facing the front or facing your body, fingers spread nice and wide. Good. Engage through the core, through the midsection. Keep the tummy in check. Keep that strong. Extend through the spine. Bring awareness to the shoulders. We're going to have the shoulders over the hips. So think about where your shoulders are in space, like we did at the beginning in that seated position. And think if your shoulders are over the hips. Have a little adjustment, maybe in the upper body where you have a rock back and forwards. Find that spot. Good. We're going to roll the shoulders back. Same as what we did before. Roll them forwards. Come to a spot that feels like it's in neutral, then neither back nor forward. Find that spot. Good. Lengthen through the spine. Engage through the core. Extend the arms by your side, palms facing the body or facing the front. And we're going to spread the fingers nice and wide, like we want to give someone a high five. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Imagine with your eyes closed that there are little ropes coming from each of your fingers drawing you down to the earth. Strong through the arms. Arms are active, legs are active. Your whole body is active. Bring awareness to the head. Close your eyes if you can. We'll drop the head all the way back like we did when we were sitting down. Open the mouth. And then go all the way forward, stretching through the back of the neck. Back to the center. Good. And now I want you to take the gaze over one shoulder. So we're turning the head to the side. Keep the arms active. Turn it over to the other shoulder. Arms active. Back to the center. Good. Closing the eyes if they're not already. I want you to imagine that you're looking into a mirror. We want to have our head straight. Think about if your head is off to one side or not. And I want you to straighten out that head. Good. Draw the chin back. Make a double chin. Keep the head straight. Lengthen through the spine. And I want you to imagine that there's a rope coming out of the crown of the head that lifts you up even taller. So stand in your tall body. Good. We're going to hold it here. 3 conscious breaths. Big deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Big breath in. And out. One more. Keep that body. Notice how it feels to stand in this neutral position. And then let it go. You can shake out the body. Good. We're going to come to the top of the mat now. And I want you to find that same position again. It's called Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to flow through a Vinyasa. So finding your mountain pose, feet are hip width distance apart. We were just in this position. Find it again. Slight bends in the knees. Feet are straight. Pelvis is in neutral. Engaging through the core. Lengthening through the spine. Shoulders in neutral. Arms extended down by your side. Head is over shoulders. Good. Inhale, take your arms all the way out and up to the sky, hands above the head, looking at the fingers. Exhale, we're going to fold forward, keep your hands together if you can, lowering the hands down to the floor. If you can't reach the floor, you're going to place your hands on your shins, or if you have any blocks or canned food or something at home, you can place your hands on that. Drop the head, we're in a forward fold. Have a bend in the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the spine, lengthen through the arms, lifting the gaze. Exhale, fold. Place both hands on the mat. We're going to step back into a high plank. So we've already been in a plank today, so you know how this feels. Extend through the body. We're strong through the arms, strong through the spine, strong through the legs. Plank is basically the same as Tadasana, the standing pose we just did, except our arms are extended. Feel it in the body. Good. Hold it here. And on your inhale, we'll hinge forward on the tippy toes, bend the elbows. We're going to lower all the way down. This is Chaturanga Dandasana for 3, for 2, for 1. Untuck your toes. Hands, bring them back underneath the elbows. We're creating that right angle through the arms. Inhale into a baby cobra. Exhale back down. We're going to tuck the toes. You can come up through the knees if you need to. We're going to lift the hips high. Downward facing dog. Take 3 conscious breaths here. Catch your breath. And then when you're ready, we'll look to the top of the mat. We'll walk, step, or float to the top on your inhale, meeting in a forward fold. So drop that head again, lift the hips high. Inhale, halfway lift. Lifting the head, opening the collarbones, exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way out and up to standing, hands above the head. Exhale down through the center. This is Sun Salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. We're going to do 3 of them. Inhale, arms come all the way out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Tricked you there, we added in a second one. Exhale, fold. Hands to the mat. We're going to step back into our high plank. You're a pro at plank now. We've done a bunch of these. Engaging through the arms, nice and strong, lifting out of the shoulder. We're lengthening through the spine. Coming out of the crown of the head. No saggy bums, you guys. Holding here for 3, for 2, for 1. Keep breathing. Inhale, hinge forward, bending the elbows, lowering all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes. Bring those hands underneath the elbows. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, back down. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, come up into your downward facing dog. Catch your breath. 3 breaths here, nice and slow. That's it. And on your inhale, looking to the top of the mat, walk, step, or float to the top, meeting in a forward fold. Drop the head, lift the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way out and up to standing, hands above the head. Exhale down through the center. That's 2. You feeling warm? Inhale, out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back into your high plank. Lengthen through the body. No saggy bums. Keep it nice and strong. Inhaling, holding here for 3. Lift out of the shoulders for 2. For 1, inhaling, hinging forward, lowering down all the way to the ground. Untuck the toes, bringing the hands back under the elbows. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, back down, tuck the toes, come up through the knees if you need to. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips high, catch your breath. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Let the heat out. Good. And on your inhale, we're going to look to the top of the mat. Walk, step, or float to the top. Meeting in our forward fold. Drop the head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way out and up to standing. Hands above the head. Exhale down through the center. Good. We're going to come and sit on the mat now. So I want you to come, find your comfortable position. We're going to come and lie on our back. To close off our practice today, we're going to take the arms out to the side. If you don't have enough space to have your arms out to the side, you can do cactus arms. So you bend the elbows, have the knees directly over the hips, and we're slowly going to drop them over to one side. So knees come over to the right side, right hand comes onto that top left knee, gaze goes over the left shoulder. This is releasing through the lower back. Keep the left shoulder on the mat. Gently release, inhale, knees back to the center. We'll go over to the other side. Drop those knees down, take the left hand onto that right knee. Keep the right shoulder on the mat, gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Hug your knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice little rock from side to side, releasing through the sacrum, releasing the lower back. Good. Bring your feet up. We're going to come into a happy baby. So taking your feet into your hands. So hands are either on the inside or the outside of the feet. We're almost finished. We're gently going to draw those knees down to the armpits. Stay with me for the last few minutes. You can have a little roll from side to side if that feels good on the lower back. Good. Bring the feet back in. Hug the knees into the chest for one last time. Beautiful. And extend the legs. We're going to close out the video, and if you have time at home, you're going to come into a Shavasana, and I recommend staying there for 3 to 5 minutes just to really seal in the practice. Otherwise, if you don't have time, you can turn off now. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Casey. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to send us an email, hello@sydneyyogacollective.com. Thanks for watching.